In the dead of night, when the shadows creep, Timmy Fylth is joining while Cryptid sleep. Sasquatch dancing from the solid skies. Monkman's ventures with glowing eyes. History built and Cryptid cartoons. Space out radio, blasting past the moon. Dogman howls, aliens grin. Buoys block as the wind begins. Draws and legends that we love from swampy lands to the stars above. Rushes pays, the crowd leans in. Every stroke lets the fun begin. So buckle up, touch truth news. Dirty film and cryptic cartoons. Space out radio, we strong for you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tunes. I'm Dirty Fylth, and I have my accomplice Foxx behind me.
Hey,
I believe there was a boy wandering around somewhere. Actually, I think he's at the back door because he looking wants to go outside. I'm here every single Saturday, playing alien option, or if I get beaten up by a Bigfoot or something, and I move my arms. And during the week, you catch Dave Scott starting at 9 p.m. Pacific time. It's midnight Eastern. And probably like 3:30 a week later if you live in Newfoundland. There's other weird places in the world. Yes. Oh, and yes, on Fridays, you can also catch, or Dave goes live, you can catch Lee Strauss with Element 115. And of course, Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, or 2 p.m. Pacific, rather, with Dirty Fylth.
your audio was a bit fuzzy.
My audio is buggy. What have I done here? Let me try something here. I'm not sure if it's just you. I can't really tell. I hope it's not too wonky, everybody.
You know,
But
fair.
we'll find out.
And go over here. So
He's gonna attempt to try something here. We'll see. It may possibly just be Kitty Caddywhack, and you may have a gnome problem, Kitty. Audio is muddled, eh? Oh.
that is okay online.
Well, let me do a record or something here, folks. Let me give me 1 second. Okay. There, that's probably better. I believe it is. Should be better now. I had that on the wrong microphone. Still working out some kinks here, and not the fun kind. All right, let's say hi to everybody here. Hello, Kitty Caddywhack. Yes, it is the best place on Saturday for cartoons. They don't really play Ninja Turtles or, Care Bears or Inspector Gadget anymore on the weekends, I don't think. So, yes, I would have to agree. Hello, Necessary Dialogue, and Dr. Bob's Nightmare. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And Undead Jed, I hope you're having a wonderful day too. By the way, everybody, my cats are full of cat snacks, and I appreciate that. And who else we have here? Probably some ghosts listening in, or maybe some weirdos on X or something to that effect. But nonetheless, let's get started here with this drawing. Today, I am drawing the Space Frog Gargoyle, and I have this delicious tea, which looks like poison. You can't really tell, but it's a blue tinge. Let's have a taste, shall we? Well, I've probably got about 4 hours to live. All right. So this cartoon I'm doing here is the Space Frog Gargoyle, because for the art walk, Foxx and I have decided we're going to do a few more cat pictures because everybody likes cats, and then we don't have to beat up that person with the other cat pictures that was there last year. So we'll start this out. This is going to be Space Frog sauntering home. The gargoyle let me tell you a little bit about him. His rank among the Sprogs is still private. He hasn't upgraded himself or increased his rank level up to what's after private? I believe it is sergeant. Wait, no. Corporal. There we are. So I believe he's still a little bit more time to work on his credentials. And then you can hear the gremlin whining and wandering around because he's lost. He's half a brain cell. Right, mister?
Yeah? Are you a wiener? Yeah, you're a dork. And he's probably the most intelligent of all the space brogs. Dr. Bob, what's not playing?
That's not saying much.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Bob is having some tea with honey. He's a little bit under the weather. So, Dr. Bob's nightmare, I hope you get better. I would say, a big bucket of whiskey would probably do you good, but, probably not at the same time. But it has been known to work once in a while. So let's see. What else about the gargoyle space brog here? Most of the time, when he's not on a mission with the other sprogs, he hangs out at the sideshow with his best pal in the whole world, Foxx. Because he has no concept of personal space to anybody. And she doesn't seem to mind.
And even if I did, he wouldn't give a crap.
Yeah, he's a cat, so, well, technically a space alien. Cat of some sort. And what else about him? His brother is the gremlin. Gremlin is the least intelligent of all of them. And it's not because he's been, injured in combat or anything like that. It's because he's orange. And, everybody knows the orange cats generally aren't the smartest. Good for comedy, though. Let's see here. The gargoyle, he likes to walk around with his cat snacks all the time. He's always munching on them. Maybe he's been participating in some of the devil's lettuce while he's always hungry. And the gargoyle actually trained specifically under the watchful eye of Space Frog Blob before she went into retirement. So now she just sits at the supervisor lounge and enjoys retirement, because that's what cats do after about 16 years of pestering humans. I gotta move my mouse over here. I keep doinking it. And let's see here. And nobody wanted to get a free picture last time, so I am gonna give away this fancy drawing here, which is stunt flying in the high sea. Comes with a frame and everything. I'll have to write up a certificate of authenticity for this bad boy. But as usual, at the end of the show, I'll roll some numbers and somebody will go home with a fancy drawing. Mostly because I don't have a lot of space right now on my walls because, well, I don't live in a 3-story building anymore. So I had to make a couple exceptions here. And great. So I've been giving away a whole bunch of paintings and drawings and everything like that. Fox, you still have 2 drawings here. Paintings.
Yes.
See, it'd be nice if you had one of those little Bugs Bunny portable holes. You could just cram things in it. You wouldn't have to worry about hauling it around all over the place.
And if I was thinking, I would have just sent them home with the old man when he dropped me off. But was I thinking? No.
Little exhibiting orange cat behavior there.
A little bit.
That's all right. It happens to us all.
Well, I am part day walker, so it happens every now and then.
The light hurts my eyeballs. So yes, the Space Frog Gargoyle, his call sign. Of course, there's cat fuzz in there already. He's got his package of cat snacks and he's making his way home. He's probably going to watch like 17 hours of bird videos or something like that. Speaking of birds, there's a little birdhouse that the previous homeowner left here. And there's some sparrows that live in it. The cats don't even seem to notice or bother them. And I believe Mrs. Fylth is coming up with some kind of plan to cat-proof the yard. I don't think that's possible, but we'll see. She's fairly intelligent. So we'll find out how that works. Because there's an old abandoned house next door to me, and we don't really need the gargoyle or the gremlin going over there. Gargoyle will probably make his way back home, but I don't know about that gremlin. He'd probably get lost in the inside, and then some homeless guy would take him, and then I'd be short one cat, and a homeless guy would have an extra cat. I don't know, if I was a homeless guy, I'd want a werewolf or something to hang out with me. I feel like that would be an excellent choice. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of purple in here. Oh yes, also, I feel like I should share this as well because this was the drawing that I did last weekend. I figured, I might as well show the last weekend's drawing to entice people to watch some more stuff, more replays, because you can watch the free replays on YouTube. This is cat fuzz. Oh, it's crusted in there. This is the one from last weekend. And Carl says, "Oh gosh, my license plate is my license plate number is showing in those new UFO videos." And yeah, that's what happens. He forgot to put the cover over it. And also, you can't see it too well, but there's a cat paw print here. So the gargoyle has immortalized himself in this drawing, in the previous drawing. And yes, there we go. Actually, I might need a little bit bigger of a brush for this situation. Alrighty. So don't forget, you can also go to spacedoutradio.com, check out all the fancy swag there. You can get yourself a science blob picture. You can get yourself some Spaced Out Radio socks, which I have. Dave bought them for me for my birthday a couple years ago. They're actually really good because, you know, you can pull them up really high and they'll stay up nice and tight on your feet all day. And nothing, there's not a lot that feels better in the world than freshly pulled up socks. And you can buy some mugs and all types of interesting thing there, like pillows or underwear with Dave's face on it and things like that. So I would go to Spaced Out Radio, check it out. And I think Dave always says you're supposed to take a picture of you wearing the stuff and send it to him. And they stick it up on the website, and you know, then you have all types of serious clout. And yes, remember people, there's no ugly swag there. Also, you go to Amazon.com and type in Cryptid Cartoons Volume 2, which I have a copy of right here. Let me just break everything trying to get to it. There we go. Cryptid Cartoons Volume 2. It's jam-packed full of cartoons. There's even a couple comics at the end. There's a whole bunch of reading too, so if you're capable of reading, that'll help you out, but I know everybody can just look at the drawings. Look, there's Dave with the Katami aliens from Japan. Want to go for a rip? Yes. Look at Dave's glorious beard. Let's see here. Got the Lake Baikal drawing. Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. We have Lon Strickler running away from a Mothman trying to steal his beard. Yes. I can tell you for sure that Mothman did not collect his beard. Here's a Lou Elizondo drawing I did when he retired, before the first retirement. You know, he's like, kind of like the Rolling Stones, never actually retires. There's even a Merle drawing. Merle in the Woods. Release the Merle. Thanks to Jaquita. I appreciate it. If I ever meet you in person, I will personally sign that book and probably draw a cartoon in the back of it. It's pretty good. I'm working on a third book, but I gotta wait till the guys at the bureau allow me to actually release the damn thing. So I don't know why, but they've been paying my rent for the last little bit. Now they're help pay my mortgage, so I kind of got to listen to them a little bit. They got me by the short and curlies, as they say. That's my head hair. All right. So the third book should probably be out soon enough this year, sometime after the art walk, which is July 10th to 12th in Edmonton, Alberta. So if you're somehow planning a vacation and you want to go to Canada, I would suggest Edmonton. I will take you out for pizza. Then we'll go to the Muggins and have chicken wings afterwards. And you can see my giant wall of cartoons that's sitting there. Look at that little orange cat up in that UFO. Look at all these nerds doing math in the chat room. Jeez.
Being a smart ass and math just happens to facilitate it this time.
Good luck there, Magneticus. You'll probably might stub your toe or something like that.
56 or 21.
Oh boy. Math was my least skillful or least proficient class that I took in schools. Pretty much the only reason I passed math in high school, I believe, is because my math teacher enjoyed the same music as me. And he's like, if you do a good job, I'll burn you a CD. But this is back when CDs used to get burned from people. And it's not actually melting the CD or anything if you're too young to remember that stuff, but it was pretty neat. Actually, some days I wonder if I went back to that school and I'd like to go talk to him and be like, hey, I got a book made. 2 books. I do a calendar every year. I'm not dead in the gutter somewhere. I turned out pretty good. Thanks for actually believing in believing in one of your pupils He was a pretty good guy. Val was his name. And it was weird to see him outside of school because I kept calling him Mr. Litviak. And he's like, just call me Val. Oh, but it feels weird, buddy. I used to see him at all the, well, when Edmonton used to have industrial clubs, I would always go to them. And I'd see him there and he'd be like, hey, wait here. He'd run to his car and come back with a burned CD. So pretty neat stuff. And then most of the other classes, I just basically skipped school and did nothing except for art, which was nice. My art teacher was, I went to like an athletic school because I didn't know any of the schools where I moved to. So I just picked the one that was closest to my house and it turned out to be an athletic school. And I'm not the most athletic guy in the world. Excuse me. So most of the people in the art classes were basically there because most of the people in the art classes were there because they had no other option to pick. So they just picked that. And that was that. Me, however, and a couple other people that actually enjoyed art, the art teacher just crammed us in a different room and said, create some kind of art for me today and we'll call it a day. And that's how that went. But enough of that. Nobody wants to hear boring stories about Fylthy's childhood of cartoons and things like that. Well, I guess.
Oh, now I wish I could see that.
See what?
Magneticus, the tractor, his drawing of a boot that made the high school hallway wall. Now I want to see what that looks like.
He makes some pretty cool sculptures. I'll have to show you on X one day. All right. Almost done the grass here. Yeah, old people yelling away. It's my tenant because I'm a slumlord now. Fulfilled one of my lifelong dreams of becoming a slumlord. Some of the rules were must have written permission before people come over. No noise after 9 p.m. Yes. So yes, we have Mr. Gargoyle here, the space brog, sauntering home. Gonna go watch his 14 hours of bird videos. That's what he likes to do in his spare time. The space frogs actually have another little mission coming up here. I can't divulge too much of it because, well, it's kind of a top secret mission. And the matter of national security. And I don't want those gentlemen with nice hats and black suits coming to pester me again. They're actually not too bad once you get to know them. Not sure if they're completely human or not, but I'll figure that out one day.
Just throw a simple paradox at them. You know, if they're robots, like if they're robotic, then yeah, that should fry them.
I'll just have to ask him. I'll say, hey, Mr. Black, you're in a desert. And you look down and you see a turtle. He's laying on his back. And he's struggling, but you don't pick him up. Why is that, Leon? He might get violent after that, so I didn't watch Blade Runner 10,000 times to know about that. All right, here we go. And the gargoyle is...
Never mind.
Uh-oh. Brain hamster going?
No, I just recalled that I no longer have that one thing that, could probably really fuck with you if you were an android or any way, shape, or form robotic. Got rid of it, though. It was the gene seed of a microwave.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. That thing was heavy as all hell.
Remember back in the day when you couldn't put a magnet near a computer? It was like, you can't wash the computer screens either because any washing the fluids or whatever will ruin it. And make sure when it turns the year 2000 to make sure you turn your computer off so it doesn't explode. And you go to the computer store and it's like, this computer will last 20 years. It's like, no. That lie detector determined that was a lie. However, my last computer that I had lasted me like something around like 10 or 11 years. Which was pretty good. I only had to replace the fan, I think, once or twice, and that was it. But there we go. Got the little lines on the sidewalk there, or the road. I wonder if you can tell if this is blue or not yet. No, still can't really tell, but it is definitely blue. It's kind of gruesome looking, but it tastes good. I think there's some lavender in there.
That doesn't look right.
It looks like there's like some like shredded up human or something in there as well, but
It just looks unfit for human consumption.
well, I'm not sure if I'm entirely human, but all right. I'm gonna get my red boy out here. Do the little square.
Oh, yeah. Did I tell you about things I've learned at work this week?
Not yet.
Apparently, alien is now a verb.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Make sure you alien this to the proper sizing.
Yep. Yeah. Like I swear, I'm gonna have to bring the grays to work with me when we put those things in or something.
What the hell? What the hell are these here for? Well, it said right on the instructions.
Said on the instructions to peel, stretch, alien, and pull the remaining half to the wall. How does one go about alien something?
Oh, hello, Andy Cowley. I hope you're doing good with your ham radio over there. You should have your little ham radio signal sign on there. Oh, by the way, since there's a couple new hello, Jennifer. This is a couple new people here. I should remind everyone. You stick around to the end of the show. I'm going to roll some dice, and somebody's going to pick a number, and you will get this fabulous painting, which I drew a couple years ago. And it's been hanging on my wall for a long time, and I'm out of space, so somebody's going to take this home, and it costs you nothing. You just have to have a physical mailing address or a post office box, and then you will be the proud owner of an original piece of Dirty Filth artwork. I think the cats are all outside now. Yes. There may not be some cats anytime soon here because they're outside causing a ruckus, singing out of tune, things like that. Oh, yes. Apparently, if you have a Commodore 64, you could hack into the Pentagon. Well, sorry. I was never rich enough to get any of that. I mean, I got my regular Nintendo when everyone was getting the Super Nintendo, so I was poor as a child, and I'm poor now. That's all right. If I ever came across a lot of money, I'd probably get myself a butler. They'd be like, Reginald, let's have a whiskey. And he'd be like, yes, sir. And I go, all right. And then I'd stop him and be like, you can't, I'll go grab it, Reginald. Oh, look, there's the orange. Hello, mister. And he'd be like, but sir, that's why you have me. I'll be like, well, I got 2 legs. I can go get it. And like, why do you even have me here? Well, just for company, Reginald. And then I'd build a house with a dumbwaiter in it. Hey, you crybaby. He's the orange guy's being a crybaby. Are you a little wiener boy? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, he's just not very smart. Orange cats. All right. However, my friend did have a Commodore 64, and there's some pretty cool games on that. Okay. Is he just flop? No, he's just going to flop over probably. Yeah, there he goes. Yep. Flop. Yeah. He's all types of orange cat for sure. Yeah, well, Magneticus Attracticus. Have you ever used a phone to hack things? That was a thing back in the day. I remember people talking about that. Let me get my gray boy out. Color that handsome gargoyle. Little extra color on there. Here we go. That Gargy boy.
Dr. Bob says, ooh, hire Dave. Make him your butler.
That'd be weird. Dave hired me to work for him, and then I hire him to work for me. That'd be funny.
But then you could pay him, monthly with just like a stroke of the chest hair.
Yeah, I'd be like, Dave, your payment is you can touch the chest hair.
Once a month.
One upward and downward stroke per month. I'll have to get the missus to sign a body release form for you. I think if Dave has a Vegas party next year, I'll definitely have to go to that one. I'll be all just walk around with my shirt off for Dave. Yeah. Nobody would even bat an eyeball because Vegas is so weird. Actually, I think it was the first time I went to Vegas with all the spaced out radio geeks and all the fans and everything. Michael Schratt had just done his little presentation thing, which, by the way, Michael Schratt's one of the best guys in the entire UFO world. If you ever get a chance to just watch his stuff or any of his presentations, it's just great. He's extremely intelligent. All his stuff is backed up with facts. And files and everything, so it's not just a bunch of he said, she said junk. Anyways, he did his little presentation, and then it was, I think, Mark Sanchez and myself and Nicole Sakic. We were sauntering around Fremont Street, and there was a guy dressed up with like Kiss makeup and great big huge boots and how do I say this politely here? A massive floppy appendage hanging off the front of him. And he goes, "What are you guys all here for?" Like, UFO thing. And he's doing his presentation. He just totally broke character and goes, "You know what?" He was like probably about like a head and a half taller than us because of his giant platform shoes. But he goes, "You know what? My uncle used to know a guy that worked at Area 51." And we start talking about all this stuff. And he goes, "If you ever want to like sit down and talk about it, we can definitely do that." And then we went running back into the Golden Nugget trying to find Michael Schratt. We're like, "Michael, where's Michael Schratt?" And people just, not even bat an eyeball because, Vegas and everybody's already absolutely insane. But it was pretty neat. And then, of course, by the time we got back out there, that guy was gone. So it's probably just a secret agent guy just yanking our chain, so to speak. It was pretty neat. It was actually, we did a live show there, and Dave, Science Bob, was all dressed up, and Dave did, I think, 3 hours worth of a show. It was pretty cool. Dave was looking like Moses coming down from Mount Sinai before he got his hair cut. Yes, Dave's luscious locks. I think Dave looks quite good with... What's he doing? Lover, is that you messing around in the kitchen?
No.
Okay.
I would never.
I thought it was perhaps maybe the gremlin getting into something you shouldn't have.
It's definitely him.
That damn gremlin. Take him outside with you.
No. I already took him out. He was already having classes.
Yeah, that's what he does, jumps fences. But I think Dave looks quite handsome with his short hair, by the way. Oops, cat fuzz again. But I, on the other hand, have a nice shaped skull, so being bald is okay. If I had a goofy shaped head, I'd have to wear a wig or something like that. I actually do have a wig for my character for the movie I was in last weekend. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to have to go over to the Space Captains and do all the voice recording and things like that later on. So I believe that's a week or so from now. Just kind of neat. The movie's apparently it's going to be a film noir style. So it's going to be all in black and white. And I guess the speech will be read as it comes up on the screen. I'll make sure to share the link with everybody when I do get it all done. So that was the first time I've actually been in an actual movie film. I did a music video with the guy, which was pretty cool. I was a crazy bald guy in a wheelchair. Alrighty, I have a swig of tea here. Hello, Grouchy. Hi, Whiskey. Yes, Whiskey. You're a grouchy old bag, aren't you? Hey? Yeah, you're so soft. Now all three cats have been here today. I don't know. I like that tea. All right, now on to the suit, the Sprague suit. Anybody that's just joining in right now, I do this every Saturday, pending alien abduction, things of that nature, if I get beaten up by a Bigfoot. And I am Dirty Fylth. My accomplice is Fox Vegas. She's sitting behind me here, and she does all the fancy plushies and everything of my cartoons. And if I could just get this green to cooperate here, I'm going to have to just get a nice turquoise color to use one of these days. But she joins me usually every Saturday, pending she's not out on a zombunny hunt. She does a lot of plushie making. Her main staple is the zombunnies. You should plug your thing in there for yourself, so everyone can go look at your fancy zombunnies.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. I haven't really updated anything recently, but yeah, for anyone who cares.
Yeah, she's got a fancy Instagram, and like everybody else, it just gets ignored like mine. And then one day, just put like 1,000 posts on, and then just leave it for about a year and a half. See, if I was super rich, I would just pay some like 16-year-old kid to run my social media junk for me because as the way it goes, I don't think I'm very proficient with it. But anyways, it's not important. Foxx does all the awesome plushies and everything for me, which I'm eternally grateful for. Thanks, Foxx. You're the best. I love you. And I hope you find a $10 bill rolling down the street one day.
Maybe.
I think there. I think the most I ever found was a $5 bill. I was waiting because when I was like 15, I used to wait at the bus stop with my girlfriend at the time, which ironically, her name was Chantel as well. And I was walking out to meet her, and there it was, rolling down the street. I'm like, hey, it looks like $5. And sure enough, it was $5. So I went to school and I bought Slurpees for myself and my pals. That was so cool. Would have been neat if it was a, like a $100 bill or something, but you can't really be picky when you get free stuff. There we go. All right. The cat snack bag. That's coming up next. Oops. Gonna put this little collar on here. That's where the helmet attaches to, so we can go and breathe in space, so he doesn't suffocate or whatever the heck happens in space. I've never gone there, so I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure someone can probably correct me on the happenings, what goes on if you're in space without a helmet. Probably detrimental to your health, but Magneticus found an Australian $5 bill on his doorstep. Hello, Andrew820.
Well, without being too specific,
82.
where is said doorstep located?
Yeah. I don't think he's in Australia. I have some interesting coins and junk like that. I unintentionally collect weird bits of money from all over the place. I have this Dominican Republican, I don't know, 100, I don't know what they call it, 100 pesos, I believe. It's got some fancy looking guys here with nice mustaches. Governor de Banco Central Ministerio de Hacienda. Anno 2017. So yes, I have no idea where the heck I got this, but I do have it. To go with all my other weird money and things that I've collected. I've unintentionally, hello Mr. Gargoyle. I've unintentionally collected strange money from all over the place. And dirt. I collect dirt from all over as well. Let's see here. I need my pencil for a second. Because, there we go. I don't know. That gremlin's doing something in the kitchen. We'll just have to go beat him up later on. But Jennifer said that she found a $10 bill once on the ground at a fair. Well, it's fair game to take that. Yeah, I'll just let myself out. Somebody come get their dad. Alrighty here. I had to put the little circle there because the cat snack bag is a red bag with a yellow label with a cat on the label, of course, right? Is it made out of cats or is it cat snacks? I don't know.
Didn't we have this conversation once, or something very similar, and it just devolved into the purple people eater?
Yes, I believe so.
I think we did.
I'll have to check his bag of snacks when he gets home later. That gargoyle.
So then, wouldn't it, if it is made of cats, that would make them cannibals,
Well, they are from space. Maybe they're cannibalistic space frogs.
and it would make the cat snacks basically Soylent Green.
Soylent Green for cats.
Yep.
That's a great film. You know what? Out of all the movies that I like, that I buy, I don't have that one. I should buy that. I have to go down to the lobby video store and just be like, hello, Kevin. I require this film. There we go. He's got his little patch on there. Signify that he is, in fact, a private in the Space Frog Army. Oops. A little bit of goopiness on my finger there. There we go. Actually, I kind of got the idea of whether is it made out of cats or is it snacks for cats from the, excuse me, a show that used to be on TV called Mission Hill, which is pretty big influence on my cartoons. And the one guy, Andy, he lost his job, so he was going to like dollar stores to buy his groceries. He's like, "Hey, I bought dog food for the dog." And his brother's like, "Are you sure it's dog food?" He goes, "Well, I don't know. There's a picture of a dog on it." And so he dumps the dog food into the bowl, and the dog sniffs it and whimpers and walks away. So let's see here. Andrew 82 or 82. I think it's 82. I'm not smart enough. Okay, we're going to go with that. He said that he found money on the ground, folded in, and it was a message from a church. Way to not get me in the door. Made me think I found money. And it was like a purposely made advertisement. You know what? Sometimes people can be crafty with that kind of stuff. There's that gargoyle again, lurking around. All right, now get on to the fancy detail part here. Everybody's finding money on the ground. You know what? Maybe I'll find some money on the ground one day. I usually leave little art cards and drawings and stuff all over the place when I venture forth into the world. And one lady had messaged me that she'd found it, and she's like, "Can I paint this drawing?" Because I did a couple that were just plain blank, no color, nothing on them. And so I think she lives in the Yukon or something. I think I've mentioned this before. But anyways, it was kind of neat because who knows where all my art ends up in the world. I know I have some art in South Korea with a friend of mine, Samantha Treasure. Actually, I'll have to get her to come back on the show. She does a lot of stuff about dreams and states of consciousness. I think she has a book, and she did a presentation too for whenever a thesis presentation of some sort. I think that's probably not the correct wording for it, but I'll have to get her back on the show. It works out good because that area of the world, when Dave starts the show at 9 o'clock, they're at usually between 1 and 3 o'clock or so. What is 2/3 of the front of the bill and add on the back? I don't know. That's math stuff, man. We'll just let Foxx deal with that. Have fun, Foxx.
Math is not my strong point at all. That was just basic addition earlier. But
well, it doesn't say much for me if I can't recognize that. What am I going for? I need this guy. Make these spruce trees look all nice and fancy. The gargoyle's crying to go outside, but he can't right now. Can't go outside unsupervised. Just don't. I love him to death, but I don't trust him as much as I would like to right now. Because the homeless guy's busted into the house next door, the abandoned house, and I don't want him to go in there and get locked in and, trapped or fall into some kind of abyss, or maybe it's like a cult of some sort living in there. I don't know. Who knows? But the point is, we'll let him outside later on. Yeah, I think Barbara might be coming over today later on.
nice.
I'm not sure. I don't really have any other plans. I got all my art figured out, and I went and dug through all my bags and boxes of all my art stuff. So I have that all fine and dandy. So now I can start working on cartoons for the art walk, which, like I said, coming up in July. And my foot's itchy. I get that all finished up, and then I have about 10,000 drawings to do for that to match about 6,000 or 7,000 plushies that Foxx is doing. But we're both crushed with work because apparently everybody decided to start getting busy right now. Like, this is why you should go to Amazon.com. Buy my book, Cryptid Cartoons, Volume 2. Hurry, supply is limited. And that way it gets popular, and then I become a New York Times bestseller, and then I can just draw cartoons all day. And then I'll somehow be rich enough to be like, Foxx, you can be the cat supervisor, and I'll pay you like $30 an hour to supervise cats all day or something. I just want someone to hang out with. All right, I'm going to do the clouds. Get a little extra on the bottom there, just so it pops nice. Never actually done any work from home besides my own art, but it doesn't even really feel like art work when I'm doing my art. Ugh, Jeez, slop, dude. Water everywhere on this. I've only got myself to blame. There we go. But oh yes, I forgot the pink for the ear. But it's not really like work when I do my art. So I guess I just have to make more books. But I'm gonna make shorter books this time after the third book because excuse me, 200 some odd pages is quite a bit to put together, and then all the writing. Whereas if I do something about 30 pages or so, I can release them more frequently and sell them for cheaper. Ooh, excuse me, I burped. All right, this is approximately the same color as the gargoyle in real life. A nice, I don't know why they call them Russian blue. It looks more gray to me, but you know, they call onions red onions when they're clearly purple. So who knows? I don't make the rules. Oh, the string fell into my tea. My poison tea. Oh, you can kind of see the blue in it. Oh yeah, look at that. Delicious. Excuse me.
That really looks unfit for human consumption.
Oh yes, Andrew. There's a. You may have missed this because I should have earlier. There's I don't know, 180 some odd pages. I have a couple comics in the back too as well. This is a comic about Bigfoot stealing a Saskatoon berry pie off a windowsill from Grandma, and look at Man in Black's nice tight ass there. Oof. But there's that, and then I have the Dave and Science Bob adventure, which is probably one of my favorite comics that I've done. Let me just scoop over to it here. It's basically about Science Bob and Dave. They call Carl the alien down, and they get Carl drunk, and then they steal his UFO. Then they go pick up Brandon Fugel and Lou Elizondo, and they fly around, and they run out of fuel, and their ship crashes, and they have to get a flux capacitor and all this craziness. And the only way to power the flux capacitor is if they shave Dave's beard and use his beard. So they had to shave Dave's beard so they could get back in time to the present day. And unfortunately, that was the only time machine that humans had, and Dave and Science Bob broke it. So yeah, good job, Science Bob. Good job, Dave. Ruined our only time machine. Thank you. Well, that's so I should go sometimes. All right, where did I put my gray? Oh, it's right in front of me. Here we go. Magnetic flux capacitor. Tuned in for my cryptid cartoon fix. Hello, Blue Cruise. Hope you're having a wonderful day. By the way, Blue Cruise, if you stick around for another 10 minutes or whatever, this is the painting I'm giving away today. Comes with a frame. It's an original too as well, so you could probably sell it on eBay or something if you want. But look at this cruddle over here. But I'll be giving that away at the end here. I still got a little ways to go here. I gotta finish touching up all the little extra bits of detail and yelling about the cat fuzz that continuously gets on my brushes here because, well, living with cats, that's what you get. Little scoundrels, little bunch of rascals. So I'm just gonna finish the last bit of details on here. And yes, so anybody that's new that's watching hasn't seen this before, thanks for joining in. I appreciate everybody that joins anyways. I do this every Saturday, ending, like I say, alien abductions or any weird happenings, getting beaten up by Bigfoot or something like that. So, and during the week, you can check out Dave Scott, Monday to Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific. And he's on for two hours with a guest, and then they does fancy, interesting things afterwards for, oops, oh boy, I just ruined it. Crap. I ruined all the black pile on my palette here. Good job, me. Luckily, I've got some brushes I can use to mop that up. Yes, you can check out Dave Scott Monday to Friday, and then I'm on the weekends. And on Fridays, Lee Strauss with the UFO or the Element 115 or 115 or 115, depending on how wacky you want to get. And you can also go check out the website, spacedoutradio.com. There's a whole bunch of cool swag on there, and I believe you can listen to some music. And I believe there's an actual picture of me on there too. Oy. But you don't want to see that. And there's fancy swag there. You can get shirt and pants and t-shirts, or I think we got like wife beaters and stuff there too. I actually mentioned that I had to get a wife beater shirt for the show, the movie I was in, and I asked the lady, do you guys have any wife beaters? And she looked at me really weird. And yes, it was quite comical. I don't know what the actual term for it is. It like a muscle shirt or something like that. But anyways, let's see here. Or you can go to Amazon.com. Like I said, buy like 10 copies of this book, Cryptid Cartoons, Volume 2. And then you can use one for a coaster and give one to your weird uncle. And what else do I got to do here? I got to get a little bit of my blue. Which, there we go. All right. No, it's not. That's too blue. Causing a ruckus here. There we go. And then we'll be on to the wonderful inking stage, which makes everything look nice. There we go. Excellent. Let's get the old number 4, number 5 out. Very important.
Jennifer wants to know what you did.
My character's name was James Tipper, Jennifer, and he's a roofer. Actually, I have a picture of him. He's a roofer, and he's got a greasy mustache and a great big huge set of hair. You can't see it very well, but there I was with my wonderful disguise. I had to remove all my nail polish and stuff to complete the look. Look at that. What a greasy old pig. Look at him. Unbelievable. And I even had mustard stains on the shirt and everything. But the whole point was I stopped the main character of the movie because he's a musician. And I go, hey, you're doing a lot better. He's like, but you got to get off your soapbox, because when you're on your soapbox, everybody tunes out. Trust me, bro. And then he goes, can you help me carry some stuff back from the stage to my car? And I go, oh, sorry, man, my sciatica is bugging me. And that's pretty much it. And I have another part, I think, later on, possibly. But on the plus side, but that's the Reader's Digest version of what it was. But on the plus side, I only had to retake a single take twice. So I only messed up my lines 2 times, which wasn't too bad for, being a complete amateur at the whole thing. Oh, this isn't goopy enough here. There we go. A second here. Sometimes everybody talking about grok. Sometimes I use grok to create fancy monsters for my dice rolling adventures. And also use it to make images for my role-playing characters, because I can't draw realistic things. So, ooh, excuse me. There we go. Get the little cat alien. Yes, the movie, if I remember correctly, is called No One's Ever Died from Smoking Weed. And it's basically about a musician, like I said, that questions himself. So the space captain is quite a creative guy. And I think there might actually be, if the movie turns out good, there might be another one coming afterwards. But the whole point is I got to be in a cool movie, and I got to have a whole bunch of fun. And I got my costume refunded too. Plus, I swindled an extra $5 out of him because, all my time and trouble to go there. Plus, he bought me a free beer and a church burner, which they don't really get those too often, except for at the Rendezvous. And a church burner is, well, the original church burner was 3/4 Bacardi 151 and then 1/4 green chartreuse, because apparently chartreuse has multiple different colors. And they light it on fire and let it sit there for a second, and then blow it out and drink it, and it tastes like a liquid cinnamon heart. And you don't want to drink too many of those in one night. It'll be listing groundwords pretty quick. I don't really have too many fancy bevies that I drink. The only other fancy bevy that I'll ever drink is a rusty gauntlet, which is a half dark rum and half red wine in a short glass, which was invented by the Squad Mage bottle. in I believe it was the Bone Hunters book.
Hello, Jules.
Hello, lovely Jules. Look at all these hobos in here. Jules come to be a hobo with us. Jules was doing lovely house cleaning things. Ooh, hello, Jessica, the Cryptid Huntress. I always got to tell everybody, Jessica's awesome. Go check her out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. She's probably got like TikTok and all that cool stuff all the cool kids have. She's always out looking for Bigfoot and Dogman and things like that too. Absolutely awesome. Thanks for coming by, Jess. Thanks for coming in, everybody else. That was all in one breath. I appreciate everyone coming here and hanging out with me. Foxx and I absolutely appreciate it. Hello, GK17ODD. It's probably some kind of secret code word. Thank you all for dropping in and saying hi. We appreciate it. Oh, got a crying gargoyle over there. Poor gargoyle. Crying because he thinks he's got a terrible life. He just wants to go outside is what he wants to do. All right, get these pine trees and the other guys all drawn in here, and then we're getting closer. By the way, anybody that sticks around to the end of the show, I'm going to be rolling some numbers, and someone's going to walk home with this wonderful drawing, original drawing I did, which is a UFO stunt flying on the high sea. So it'll probably be another 10 minutes or so before I'm all done this, and then we'll be giving that away to somebody. You have to have a physical mailing address or a post office box, and then I will mail it out to you promptly on Monday because I have the magical ability of being able to ship anything in the world, anything to anywhere in the world, even weird places like France or Australia. It's just because I work in the logistics world. It never ends. It's always running.
Pick your numbers for the dice roll into the chat so that we can get the drawing to you if you are bang on or the closest to whatever the result is.
Yes. So I should have mentioned that. Yes. Thank you, Foxx, for.
I don't even know if they heard me clearly. And Jennifer says that we require cat viewing, 1 per stream. And I guess I gotta go find a cat.
Yep. Go hunt one of those bastards down.
Can't be any worse than zombies. Hello, gargoyle.
Oh. Ugh.
Oh yes, hi, Gremlin. Come here. One of you. Come on. Come on.
Let's get this jerk up here. Yeah. Here, mister. I'm going to stick you on the TV show here. Oh, God. There's so much cat. I have found... Oops. Well, there you go. We found a gremlin. And the gremlin is gone. There we go. There's your once daily cat view. Oh,
Quota is met.
Let me just keep breaking everything around me here, apparently. I don't know. It's gone. It's broken. I don't know. All right. Someone better pick 18. Well, make sure you type your numbers into the chat room so Foxx can write it down. Because
I'm pretty sure Jennifer has 18 as a standing pick, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're correct.
Will I be giving away more plushies sometime? It's very, very possible.
We're both incredibly busy with normal jobs, unfortunately, right now. Because, it's getting to be springtime in Canada, and that's when everybody wants all their, please fix my house, please fix this thing, blah, 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 ship my stuff here, so on and so forth. And then what do they do when they need something fixed? Well, they call Foxx to go over there and demolish it and put it back together in a nice, timely manner.
Yeah, and sometimes they even get the government to pay for it, and then it's just a time crunch. It's like, we'll pay for it as long as it's done by this time. Like,
too bad the government doesn't get things done quickly like when they want everyone else to get things done quickly. Bastards. That's what governments are famous for. Squandering time and money. Doesn't matter which government it is, where in the world. Probably since the dawn of time. Squander money. Make you pay more taxes. Put in your bike lanes. Stupid big nose Andrew Knack and his stupid glasses. Dork. There we go. Little cat on there, and then a fine snack. Mr. Gargoyle, I'm pretty sure you're okay. Buddy? Yeah, he's We can't let you outside because you've got no concept of staying in the damn yard. But don't worry, you're being immortalized. There he goes, little cat tail. Look at that handsome fella. You guys can't see him, but I can definitely assure you he is handsome. Jennifer thinks it's cool that you break things for a living. She also puts them back together.
Yeah. It is great stress relief demolition days.
My job is not as interesting. I just ship stuff and receive things and put boxes on shelves and then put boxes inside of boxes and ship things to all the Canadian Tires in Canada because we got a big fancy contract. Nice. And we ship things to weird places like Iguglatuk or Tuktoyaktuk and words that are difficult to say and even more difficult when you look at to read them.
Jennifer says, get him a giant hamster ball.
Giant hamster ball. Ooh.
Can't jump the fence if you're in a hamster ball, so.
I wonder if those even exist. They probably do. If someone's thought of it, it's probably been done. I'll have to check. That'd actually be pretty cool to see. Cat and hamster ball. People would probably be like, oh, that's so cruel. Okay, I'll let him out so we can go eat birds.
I cannot say that I have magnetics. I have not busted a board with $10 in nickels. And a sock.
She's probably beaten up somebody with a pool cue or a pool ball and a. Oh, jeez. Pool ball and a sock.
How thick was the board? Like, are we talking like 1/4-inch plywood, 1/2-inch plywood? What are we doing here? And would Canadian nickels work? I might have to try this. I probably have $10 in Canadian nickels somewhere.
I still have a whole bunch of physical coins. I just feel bad getting rid of them. And plus, I like to pay in cash a lot of times because it wigs people out. All right, we're almost done here, folks. I'd just like to once again say that I appreciate everyone coming out. Foxx and I enjoy doing this. Sitting around for an hour or so, draw cartoons, ramble about important things like pickle juice and breaking boards with rolls of nickels.
Or at least 1 kilo in coins out there.
Sometimes there's cats and yes. Get the sidewalk all drawn in here so that my gargoyle is standing on a proper sidewalk instead of floating in the air. Only floats in space. There we are. Little shadow on him. Just for good measure. Uh-oh. Apparently, we're supposed to get a giant hamster ball for the cats. That way they won't be able to jump the fence.
I mean, I've thought about it.
So, yeah, we have to... I don't know if we have to buy one or just make one somehow. Those are the type of people that we associate with when we're drawing cartoons.
They would destroy your flower gardens. Let's face it.
Just a bit of a retaining wall around the garden so that they can't get in. Then it would just be like ping or pinball.
Cat pinball machine. Jeez.
Hey, maybe we could start something. Backyard cat pinball.
You know what? Might be onto something. All the like government official people listening in here have already like started building that league. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, the neighbor cats did not want to get along with our cats and vice versa.
You left them in the house? They were in the house?
Downstairs.
Oh.
Dead cats are our cats.
I thought you meant like random cat from somewhere. Yeah, there's the cats being all wigged out. Alrighty, here we go. Just about done here after all the cat commotion, because All right, there we are. We just gotta sign this bad boy.
And this is last call for dice roll numbers.
Yes, last call. Give us put a number between 1 and 100 into the chat, and then we will roll some dice here, and then someone will win a prize of this fabulous drawing, which is an original, by the way. So this is more than the usual printout guys that I do. Alrighty here. I believe it is the 16th today as well.
Yep, cats be catting.
126. Get the old website there. Space Brog. Gargoyle. Alrighty. Whoops. I forgot his little gargoyle teeth. Jeez, he can't be a space frog with his little gargoyle teeth. There he is. Now he's super handsome. My handsome fella. He's a big suckhole and he loves piling on me. He loves piling on Foxx. And wake up in the morning and he's stuck between my legs, but I gotta sleep on my back all the time. All right, folks. This is the time to roll. So how this works is I roll 2 dice. One number is the 10s, one number is the 1s, and that's how it rolls. If you've played tabletop role-playing games, you'll probably be fairly familiar with this. So let's put that. Well, you know what? I'll just have to hold this sucker. So everybody's got all the numbers plugged in. Have you got them written down, Foxx?
I do have them written down.
Mr. Gremlin, is your brain sore? Yes. All right, folks. Ooh, actually, I have this thing here. I keep forgetting about it. I can do it. Intense heartbeat. And then we'll have a drum roll. And then we'll see who wins here. So I'm going to roll dice. Whoever's closest to the number wins. Or if you're spot on, you win as well. I'll maybe throw a sticker or something in. And if there's 2 people that are close, we'll just get you to pick 2 numbers again. Without further ado, the green is the 10s and the white is the 1s. So let's see what we got here. 19.
19?
Yes.
That is Undead Jed bang on.
Look at Undead Jed just racking in the points here. Bang on, Undead Jed. Well, I will make sure I send you probably something nice to go with it. It'll probably just be a bunch of cat fuzz. No, it won't. I'll find something nice for you, Undead Jed.
He's been very quiet. I don't even know if he's still in the chat to know that he...
Is he? Are you still here, Undead Jed? Okay, Blue Cruise, you have a wonderful evening. Jed? Wait a second. If you go up in the top right-hand corner, there's a thing you can click on and it'll say participants. It shows you who's in there. Is he still here?
No.
Oh, well then he's already got like 10 drawings, so I'm just going to re-roll it. Sorry, Undead Jed, but I still have a drawing to send him anyway. So luckily everybody lives again, and I think somebody else put a number in here as well too.
The 43, I got that.
Okay, here we go. This is the next one because, you got to be here to win. All right, 19 again. What the Franklin?
I'm going to roll them if you're not
Okay,
careful.
here. You come over here and roll these guys.
Oh. Yeah. White is the 10s?
White is the 1s.
The 1s? Well, we're doing it backwards.
A 6. All right. Who's closest to 6?
Closest to 6, closest to 6. That would be K170DD? 17? Or with 13. That's the closest to 6.
Okay, well, you know what, Magneticus? Shoot me an email. I'll send you one too, because I kind of... these are not regular. Oh, I guess they could be. So, who won this one?
Someone who is no longer in the chat.
Okay, Magneticus Attracticus, you've won because you're closest to it. And I messed up. I apologize. So, just get in touch with me. I'll shoot you a message on X, because that's the easiest place. I'll do that right now, actually. Be like, hey.
Oh, he is back. Number 13. It didn't show up on participants.
Well, crap.
Well,
Okay, well, you know what? We'll just do it this way. Send an email to fylth@filthy.com. And if you send me an email with a physical mailing address, I will send you a drawing. And that way everybody's happy and all the madness is fixed. But yes, send me a... Let's 13 have it. Okay, well, who was number 13 then?
KI 7.
Okay. Just email fylth@filthy.com, FYLTH@FYLTHY.com. And whoever sends me an email, or I will give you a free drawing. So yes, K17. Shoot me an email. Yes. YLTHY.com. There. Send me an email there, and I need a physical mailing address or post office box of some sort, and I will send you a drawing. And if anybody just wants a free drawing anyway, shoot me an email there, and I will send you a free drawing. But yes, I appreciate everybody coming out for the day.
And if I'm back from next weekend, I've got to hand out buckets to children next Saturday. But if I do make it back in time, I might have some zombunnies that we might be able to roll for.
Ooh. So yes, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you again. Make sure you send me the email at fylth@filthy.com. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Tschüss. Oh yes, remain dauntless.